If you've hit level 55 and need a little direction, you've come to the right place. I get it, there's so much shit to do in ArcheAge that it can feel overwhelming. You're hearing about this instance and that world event, what in the hell are you supposed to prioritize, right? When people tell you that there really isn't a wrong way and you choose your own progression path and content in this game, they're not really wrong, but that's not the answer you're looking for, right? I'm going to give you a list of things to do each day. This is a pretty basic to-do list and isn't going to list everything, obviously. There are progression methods that are better than others, but many of which are actually determined by the economy. Finding those out on a week-to-week, month-to-month basis is what ArcheAge is all about. The following steps are more so that you can have a better understanding of what you're doing and what you need. It'll be easier to set out a plan in the future for yourself if you know the basics. With that said, in ArcheAge, gold is the main currency. However, there are other currencies in the game that are important to farm as well. These other currencies are honor, vocation, and curios badges. Each currency can be used to purchase items in its respective shops. Most of the items found in these shops are unique to that shop. Some of these items can be purchased and sold for gold, some are bound. We'll get into these as we go through our list. I want to quickly explain the basic structure of progression here. In order to upgrade your gear, you'll need to spend labor and gold. Once you're in your full tier 1 Hiram set, you'll begin to notice the increasingly large gold and labor sink. Once your gear is ready to be awakened to tier 2, you'll further realize the even larger labor sink and bottleneck from awakening scrolls. You'll also notice your gear potentially crystallizing upon unsuccessful attempts, requiring you to spend honor to decrystallize it, allowing you to upgrade it again. Side note, you can still use the item that gets crystallized, you just can't enhance it. As you further enhance your gear, the strain on gold, labor, infusions, scrolls, and honor will be even greater. While all other currencies are also important and worth farming, strictly from a gear standpoint, you'll need labor, gold, and honor. Number 1, Hiram Dailies. This is definitely at the top of the to-do list. There are dailies in Aurora that reward you with infusions and awakening scrolls to upgrade your gear. These dailies are a must as they are the best way to gain the match you need. The alternative to this would be to grind out mobs, which would take forever because the drop rate on these items are relatively low. Not impossible, but way more efficient and time saving by doing the dailies. These dailies are available in the following zones: Diamond Shores, Sun Gold Fields, ExitLag, Reedwind, West Hiram, and East Hiram. Early game, all are actually soloable with the exception of East Hiram. I would highly recommend doing these in a raid as they will take 30 to 50 minutes to complete in an efficient group. TLDR, what is the purpose of this daily? Getting the match you need to upgrade your gear. Number 2, Crimson and Grimghast Rift. These are 2 world events that players in each faction will group up for. Both of these events pay out honor and infusions. The Crimson Rift, also referred to as CR, starts at 1200 hours in-game time. Grimghast, also referred to as GR, starts at 2400 hours in-game time. To check the in-game time, simply hover your cursor over the little bar in the top right part of your screen. 1 hour of in-game time is about 10 minutes of real-life time. For the East, these events take place in Yinastir, while the West will have these events happen in Cinderstone. Both these events you'll want to join a raid for, so look out in Nation Chat for groups that are forming. For CR, you'll simply talk to any Nui Shield Soldier NPC that are found pretty much in any town. From there, you'll pick up 3 quests. All 3 quests are kill quests. From there, you'll go to a zone where mobs spawn. If you're not sure where these mobs are, don't worry, just check your map, and assuming you're in the CR raid, you'll see a bunch of people grouped up in one location. Go there. The mobs can spawn in 2 different locations. Raids normally group up in one location, then port to the second location if the mobs do not spawn at that first location. Again, if you have no idea what's going on, just follow the crowd as someone will more than likely put up a port to the alternate location. The mobs will spawn in waves, and as your raid tags and eliminates these mobs, you'll get your credit and you can return to the new soldier you obtained the quest from for the turn-in. For GR, you'll actually have to interact with a board that you'll find in the main city. This board will have a purple colored quest that will require you to obtain a mat for turn-in. The mat requirement changes every day, but the number of mats will always be 10. Simply buy these mats off the auction house as it's a very minor expense. The quest will require you to turn these mats into a Blue Salt Brotherhood NPC that's in the same region. After being awarded Gilda and another quest item, you'll then have to wait until about 24:10 in-game time for quest trade packs to spawn next to that NPC. You'll have to transport 2 of these trade packs to a specified location. You'll notice that the raid will have members summoning their farm cards so that they can transport multiple packs. After turning in both packs and being awarded more Gilda, you'll now wait for mobs to spawn and kill them to complete the final portion of GR. The final quests of GR will be given to you automatically as you turn in both your quest trade packs. You'll find quest weapons lying on the ground and you'll have to use those weapons to actually kill the mobs that spawn. If you're brand new to this, don't worry about the weapons on the ground as you'll have others in the raid taking care of this. After completing all the mobs, you'll automatically receive your rewards and you're done. Both CR and GR will have world bosses that spawn in afterwards that are separate to the actual event. It would be good to complete at least one world boss a day, seeing as it will allow you to complete your guild dailies, which we will talk about later. TLDR, what is the purpose of this daily? You'll get a lot of honor as well as infusions. Number 3, Aegis Island and Whalesong Harbor. I won't get into the details here on this because it's pretty much like CR in the sense that you'll be joining a raid in a region, picking up quests, and killing mobs that give you honor. For Aegis, you'll port into the Watch Camp and pick up the quests there, while Whalesong Harbor, you'll port into the Watch Supply Depot to pick up the quest. Both these zones are in the higher level areas, whereas CR and GR have a much lower level requirement, 30 in case you're wondering. The other significant difference is that both of these zones have to be in war status in order for you to do the event, rather than being at a certain time. To check the status of the zone, simply check out your map. Each zone goes from danger level 1 to level 5. After level 5, the zone will go into conflict for about 15 minutes or so, then go to war. Zones can be pushed into war faster by killing players and mobs in the zone. You'll want to start looking out for a group when the zone is in conflict or earlier. By the time war hits, it will likely be too late and the main raid will have already begun. TLDR, what is the purpose of this daily? You'll get a lot of honor. Number 4, Arenas. If you hit Shift semicolon, then you'll pull up an arena menu allowing you to queue up from anywhere. There are various arena types available that all reward a Curios badges along with other goodies like infusions. Arenas are the only way to farm Curios badges and are limited to a certain amount of games per day per game type. Most of these arenas are balanced in the sense that equipment points and rolls are normalized and equal. In reality, it's not really equal, considering if you're a lower level, you won't have the access to skills or ancestral skills that higher levels will have. Stat-wise though, it's balanced. I wouldn't pay too much attention to the meta of these balanced arenas, as they are a poor representation of what endgame PvP will be like. There are rankings for these arenas that you can access by going to the lower right hand corner of your screen and clicking on the rankings button. This menu will not only show you the arena rankings, but all rankings across the game. Check out the arena shop by hitting Shift semicolon to bring up the arena menu and clicking on the shop button. In the arena shop, there's an item called Cloaked Luminous Migration Talisman Pack. If you open up your character sheet, you'll see your base stats. The Migration Talisman allows you to move your stats from one stat to another. Personally, I play Ebonsong, which makes my main stat agility. I have no need for strength, so here you see me using the talisman pack to transfer over my strength stats to agility. You can move over a maximum of 200 points, and each time you transfer them, you'll need more talisman packs. TLDR, what is the purpose of this daily? You'll get Curios badges and infusions. Number 5, family quest. Vocation is the currency you gain from that potato life. from the life skilling of ArcheAge. After joining a family, hit Shift T to open up the social menu, go to the family tab, and under the missions section, be sure to unlock all the missions listed. One of these missions include a family quest that requires you to go to any community center and pick up a quest from the NPC standing outside the entrance of the community center building, next to a bulletin board. He will give you an item that changes every day. You'll take this item and put it on any grass-like surface and you'll complete a unique mini game. You'll want to do this with at least 2 members of the family. The more, the better. These missions will require each person to select a role. If there are 3 roles to choose from, only 3 players can participate. Don't worry if you are more than 3, as you'll still be able to complete the quest. After the participating family members complete the quest, you'll interact with the item you placed down to officially complete the quest. At this point in time, anyone in the family, regardless of who actually participated with a role, can complete the quest. This mission will award you with 1500 vocation points. To spend these vocation points, go to a vocation merchant or simply bring up your character screen, default shortcut being C, and hit the little button next to where you see your vocation points. This will bring up the menu allowing you to spend your vocation. The other family quest I recommend doing is the cargo one. Onyx Archeum Essence is a mat that is highly sought after as it's an ingredient of a lot of things crafted in the ArcheAge world. Onyx, also used to be called charcoal back in the day, can only be obtained via cargo trade runs. If you are in a family, there is a daily mission that rewards you with 20 Onyx Essences at the cost of 26 gold and 75 labor. Double check the cost of Onyx on the auction house, but this trade-off is often worth doing. In the east, you can start this daily in Austera talking to the cargo merchant, while in the west you'll go to 2 crowns. After picking up the family quest, purchase a cargo for 26 gold and wait for the cargo ship to arrive next to the NPC area. This ship will arrive every half hour or so, rough approximation. Be sure to purchase a captain's protection from the cargo ship manager for 5 gold. This will give you full protection on the run so that you don't get your pack stolen. When the boat arrives, interact with the captain to enable your protection buff, have a seat, and enjoy the ride. It takes a while for the cargo ship to take off, but don't worry about applying the protection buff early, as it'll last long enough to protect you all the way through, including the waiting around time. After making it across the sea, talk to the cargo trade manager on the other end and receive your Onyx. TLDR, what is the purpose of this daily? Vocation points and Onyx Essences. Number 6. Guild Quests. Guild quests are important for the growth of the guild, but also incentivize individual growth by awarding prestige and experience. Prestige is another currency that I didn't really mention because it's not as significant as the others. Prestige is the guild currency that's awarded to you when you finish guild quests. You can check out the prestige shop by hitting Shift T and going to the guild tab. The most notable item in the shop is the cloak, as the upgraded versions of these are the best in slot. As a side note, you'll need synthesis shards that are only dropped by the turtles and giants in Diamond Shores to upgrade these cloaks. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Pretty much the only mobs that drop these. Those shards are what infusions are for your Hiram gear. These mobs can be found where the bunkers are. The 2 main guild quests you'll want to complete each day is the bunker and world boss. Pretty simple here. The bunker is found between the faction base and the housing zone in Diamond Shores, and you'll want to destroy it by picking up a weapon you'll see lying on the ground in the area of where the bunkers are. Then use that weapon to burn down the bunker. As you burn it down, you'll have mobs spawn from it and it will start attacking you. You'll want to do this mission in a party. World boss wise, simply find any world boss or join a CRGR raid and defeat it. Not much to say for this one. You can finish both of these missions in like 10 to 20 minutes, not a time sink at all. There are other dailies that will help progress the guild and reward prestige, but at the very least you should do these 2 as they're the easiest in my personal opinion. TLDR, what is the purpose of this daily? Guild experience and prestige. Number 7, dungeons. Gold is tied to labor, and running dungeons is a great workaround to this. Dungeon farming allows you to farm gold without the cost of labor. You'll also get some other goodies such as Archeum from salvaged equipment and Luna Gem stuff. These dungeons will drop a lot of abyssal shards, which you should NPC vendor for gold. You can make somewhere between 120 to 150 gold from running these greater dungeons. Each dungeon can be ran 3 times per day. The main dungeons you'll want to run for gold would be Greater Palace Cellar in Mahadevi, Greater Hadir Farm in Yenistir, Greater Burnt Castle in Cinderstone, Greater Krolol Cradle in Rookborn, and Greater Howling Abyss in Hellswamp. There are other dungeons, but the only other ones I'd mention right now would be Mistsong and Noriet. The Mistsong dungeon is mainly for upgrading your mount, while the Noriet is for the best in slot earrings. Side note here, in Greater Howling Abyss, also known as GHA, there is an item called Monstrous Desire, which is a one-handed scepter that drops from the 3rd boss. This weapon is a must-have as it regenerates mana even during combat. You'll equip this weapon to your bars, and upon using it, you'll regen the mana. It's essentially a perma-free soup you can use anywhere, anytime, off cooldown, even in combat. Definitely get this item. Next, we have the daily library raid. This is not to be confused with the library dungeon. Assuming that the bosses die upon spawning, every 4 hours there are bosses that spawn in the library instance that can be farmed for gold. They drop items that you can NPC vendor for gold, and if you sell all those dropped items, you can net around 70 gold per day from doing this. So what is the library? The library is an instance located in the middle of Diamond Shores. The structure of this can be a bit confusing, so if you're wondering how to do this one, I will try my best to make a separate video going over the specifics on how to exactly do it, or just catch me on my stream and I'm happy to explain it to you in detail. TLDR, what is the purpose of these dungeons? Making labor-free gold. So yeah, as you can see, there's a shit ton of things to do. To condense it a bit, I've put together a list that you see here. If you want a copy-paste version of it, you'll have to join our Discord, which is in the description below. I want to mention that there are other events that can net you big gains, and I'd suggest being open to trying and learning new things as you go. I wanted to refrain from adding too much to this to avoid overwhelming everyone that's new to this. To be honest, the list I have up there already is overwhelming enough. Hopefully this video not only shows you what you need, but also a little bit more insight on how to do it. Want to apologize for not going into too much detail on everything, as it would make this already long video even longer. If you have any more questions, you're welcome to drop by my Discord or stream. I can be really bad with getting back to Discord DMs, so I highly recommend reaching me on a live stream as I try to respond to everything. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and as always, please join the 1HP community Discord and follow me on Twitch. All the links are posted in the description below. On a side note, I may start messing around with some YouTube streams, so please join me for that when I go live right here on this platform. With that said, I'm going to close this one out with a sponsored message from who I think is the best tunneling service out there to lower your ping. ArcheAge is a super ping sensitive game, especially for people like me that are forced to play with like 250 ping. To combat this, I play with ExitLag as it lowers my ping by 100. Real talk, I would not play this game without it. ExitLag is a tunneling service that can lower your ping by insane amounts. It reduces ping, fixes routing issues, and prevents packet loss. It also increases DPS and game response time, which makes the game a lot smoother. The ExitLag server is also on the same data server as ArcheAge. They work with servers worldwide to optimize the gamer's connection, which allows the gamer to play in different regions. And the best part about it is that you could try it for free for 3 days without having to put any credit card information in. The program is super easy to use too. You simply load it up, select the game, select and compare different game regions to find the lowest ping, or simply just hit the optimize button and hit apply. Load the game up normally as you would, and you're done. I've tried all the tunneling services, and this one has outperformed all of the rest by far. If you'd like to try the service or purchase it, click on my link below in the description and automatically receive a 20% discount on your purchase.